today I'm going to tell you the Salvage Sister tips and tricks for finding great free items and really cheap pieces to upcycle with. So before you throw on your winter coat and go dashing out looking for skips, there's a few other places that you can try. I would first of all always jump online. Okay, we are in England, the weather is atrocious most of the time and it's winter at the moment, it's freezing, okay? So first of all, jump on Freegal, or ilovefreegal.org to be precise, and have a look at what is going for free in your area. Freegal is absolutely awesome. You just log in, you get your username and put your password in, and you can click on certain areas, and maybe you're in between a few areas, so you can choose them as your areas, and then there's a little search bar so you can search for the items that you're looking for from the free ads on there, or you can also post things on there for other people that are in those areas so they will see it and they can then come and take the stuff that you didn't want anymore and do something with it, and vice versa. So it's a great online resource. There are God knows how many people that use it these days, so there's always loads of stuff on there. I would though be very quick. If you see something good on there that you really want, then you need to be out the door, on your way, okay? Lots of people will leave their phone numbers or email addresses. Other people will just say, it's outside, come and get it, and it's first served, okay? So make sure that you get out there quick, otherwise you will miss those good deals, okay? There's also a Trash Nothing app now, and that's fantastic because it has Freegal on it and a lot of other different types of free websites and apps and things all linked into one, so that you don't have to go on all the different sites. You can literally just use the Trash Nothing app. So I will put the link to that below as well, and hopefully remember to put all the other websites that I talk about below as well, okay? But I'm sure you'll tell me if I forget. So you got Freegal, you got Trash Nothing app. I would also have a look at the free ads on websites like Pre-Loved, which is nationwide, and Gumtree as well. And what about your local classifieds? In Brighton we have the Friday ad, and there's a free section in there. There's classified ads, they're all over the country, and I'm pretty sure they always have a free section, so I would definitely check that out as well. I think the name of the game for getting free stuff is keeping your beady eyes on lots of different places at once, okay? Don't just put all your eggs in one basket. You've got to keep your eyes open, be on the ball, okay? So that's where to look online. I would also obviously keep your eye out when you're driving around the street. I mean, roadsides you can find some awesome stuff. My wingback chair, which is normally in here, over there, I found that along the road from here. It was sitting in the rain, I had the kids in the car and loads of other stuff, and I was literally skidded to a halt. I was like, everybody out! And we had to reconfigure all the seating and put the chairs down, and I was squeezing. This is when I had my tiny little MG car, and squeezing this massive wingback chair into the back of my tiny little car, and the kids were like, "Wow, Mum's lost her mind." No, they were like, totes, she's always up to this. But it just goes to show, you can find awesome stuff literally down your road, okay? It might be covered in questionable stains and God knows what else, but use your imagination, give it a bit of a clean up, and you never know what you could end up with. So at some point I am going to reupholster that beautiful wingback chair, but at the moment it just kind of sits in here and gathers dust and is my little place to sit and contemplate my next upcycle. So you've got roadsides, Trash Nothing app. I would also jump out and go and have a look at your local wood store. So you can search online where your local wood store is. They're literally all over the country now. My one is not 5 minutes from my house, and they have an awesome free pile down there. So depending on the time of year and how busy they are, and whatever else, they could have all sorts of different things in their free pile. They might have offcuts of pieces of wood which are taking up space and they're not quite long enough for them to warrant selling, or they will always have loads of pallets. Sometimes they'll have old crate boxes and things like that. I mean, if they have a massive influx of materials and they just haven't got everywhere to stack all of it, rather than it getting damp and having to be mulched or something, they'd rather give it away. So I would always check out your local wood store, and again I will put the link below. Now, what do you actually have kicking around in your house already? What have you got in the loft? What have you got in the garden? What have your neighbours got that they're trying to chuck out? honestly, my loft's full of mannequins actually, but everyone has that little store somewhere, whether it's under the stairs or in a cupboard or something, of stuff that's like, I haven't got around to thinking about what to do with it, and it's kind of in the way, and at some point something, and it's just out of sight, out of mind. So I mean, talk to your family and friends and see what they've got lying about that they might not want, and also do have a look in your own loft. I bet you any money that you've got stuff kicking about in your garden or your loft or somewhere like that that you have completely forgotten about, that you could either clean up or you could sand down or you could repaint something. I guarantee that you will have something in your house that you could upcycle right away if you just go and have a little look at what you've stashed. Another great idea is to jump onto Facebook and Twitter and all sorts of social networking sites and tell your community what you're looking for. Like if I'm looking for a skip, I need so and so, or I'm looking for a skip for a photo shoot or something like that, I will always post it online, and there will always be at least like 10 people that are like, hey, I've got wood, or I've got a skip that's full of stuff, or my mate down the road's got a skip and I'm sure it'd be fine if you went through it. So that can be a really great resource. And there are so many groups on Facebook and communities on Twitter and places like that at the moment, which are all to do with upcycling or handmade stuff, homemade stuff, reclaiming, even pages that are giving away free stuff. Well, not the page isn't, but the people that are on it are like, oh, I've got this outside my house, who wants it? Same kind of idea as Freegal, but it's on your Facebook group. Okay, so the more of those groups that you are involved in and chatting to people, you're moving in the right circles to know about, to gain inspiration for upcycling, and also to find materials that you can upcycle as well. So I find that really helps as well, and is such a great resource for helping each other as well. So roadsides we've done, skips. Let's talk a bit more about skips. Okay, so a great way to find skips is if you see scaffolding, then 9 times out of 10 there's going to be a skip there, or there already is one. Okay, so, and you can see scaffolding from quite a way off. You don't have to see the bottom of the house or even be on the same road, but you can see the scaffolding down there. I mean, I have become quite attuned to the old scaffolding these days, because there's usually a building site or a skip, or there'll be something around there, and guarantee there will be at least pallets, if not bricks or metalwork or something that they just want rid of out the way. Okay, so people that hire skips, they have to pay a lot of money to hire skips. I've hired them myself. They are very expensive, okay? And you get charged by the skip full. So if you're coming along and you're asking someone if you can take something out of their skip, they will normally be really happy about it if you're polite and smiley and nice and you leave the place tidy as well. Okay, so you're actually saving the money when you take something out of a skip, because obviously there's more space in there for them to put something else in that place now. But like I say, remember to be polite, and do always ask. You can get in trouble for taking stuff out of skips, even though you and I know that things go in skips because they want rid of it. You can still get done. You can still get done. You will. You can get arrested for taking stuff out of skips, okay, without the prior consent. Can you hear my paint tins keep yeah. I just thought I'd tell you about that. It's the heat from these lights in here. It's like blinding me. But at least my hair hopefully looks red. Where was I? So skips. Yes. Ask permission. Wear safe footwear. So if you haven't got steel toe caps, maybe hiking boots or something, DMs, something that's tough that is going to stop nails going into feet and you hurting yourself. Wear trousers or something that covers your leg as well, because you're probably going to have to get in there to get the good stuff. All right, you're going to have to dive in head first. Right, so you're going to need gloves as well. Always protect your hands unless you have really old, granny, wrinkly. I'm not even going to go into it in any more depth, but yeah, my hands are gross, and that's because I forget my gloves. Okay, so if you don't want nails up fingers, splinters in fingers, and all sorts of horrible other things, blisters, wear gloves. You've been told. Okay. Always leave the place tidy afterwards. I touched on this before, but do you have any idea how annoying it is if someone comes along acting like they own a place and that they're doing you a favour by taking stuff out of your skip, and then they pull a load of stuff out and they don't put it back, or they mess everything up in there and make it so there's even less space in it somehow. It's really annoying. Another idea is always take a screwdriver with you. I have a set of screwdrivers in your glove box in your vehicle. This is because sometimes you'll find a skip or you'll find something on the side of a road and you don't want this ugly thing, all right, but you do want the hinges or the doorknobs or the handles or something attached to it that you want, that you cannot get if you don't have a screwdriver, or you have to take this whole monstrous thing home with you just to take off the fittings. All right, so that's a good tip, always take a screwdriver. Make sure that you are wearing clothes that are suitable. Like I said earlier, we don't want anyone hurting themselves and losing bits of fingers or getting nails in feet or anything like that. It'd be horrendous, all right? I hope this has been really, really helpful for you. Don't forget to check out boot sales and reuse centres and charity shops as well for very cheap items. There are some great reuse centres all over the country now. We have Emmaus in Brighton that does across the range from furniture to, I think it has a greenhouse now, and it does children's toys and curtains and all sorts of homewares as well. So reuse centres are really great, and they don't break the bank either. Charity shops are all over the place. You know what you can get in charity shops, so I don't need to tell you. And boot sales and flea markets and places like that are really, really great for finding cheap items. If you're looking for more kind of reclaimed architectural salvage, or just want to have an idea of what's out there and gather some inspiration, have a look at the reclamation yards and architectural salvage. Again, you can find these places online. We have Dorton's Reclamation out in like Haywards Heath, and there's another architectural salvage place in Brighton Town Centre. They're all over the place as well. There's also Salvo Fair. These are all great places to pick up inspiration and see what's out there and what you can get your little mitts on, okay? So depending on your budget, there's lots of different ideas there and places that you can start looking, and I really hope you enjoy yourself. Please let me know what you find me on social networking and show me. I want to see a before and after of the things that you've upcycled or the items that you found using these tips. That would be really cool. All right, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all soon.